guys, it's Ella here today, and I wanted to show you how to make a really cool diamond pattern bracelet. So first of all, I showed the length of these strings already. So you want to get your longest string, so in the picture shown before it was the red string, put it on either side, so one here, well, I'm using the dark blue, and one here. And then you're going to get your second string, which was pictured as orange in the picture, here, and next to this other dark blue one here. And then you get your third string, which was pictured as a light yellow next to the blue, and then the white, which was pictured as a green before in the middle. Okay, so we're going to start by taking your dark blue string, so your furthest one, which is the longest, and just making a forward knot on the second longest string. So if you don't know how to make a knot already or you're a beginner, this is how I like to do it. So I take the two and I grab one with my thumb and I put it around the bottom and bring it up, and that makes a knot, and you have to do them twice on each, so to secure the knot. So two on here, and then you go on to your third longest string and you do the same thing, do a double knot. And then onto your middle string, which is your shortest string. So this pattern it is a beginner one. So when I started making it, I was about to make a chevron bracelet, but then I thought I'd kind of improvise, and yeah, I came up with this really cool pattern. So once you do that, then you want to do the same on the other side. I'm doing this quite slowly so it's not too difficult and you don't have to keep pausing or re-watching. So usually when you do your first row, the strings are all just kind of jumping around everywhere and it's quite hard to get them all in position. But after the first row, they're all organised, and then it's easier to keep them in place. So then when you get both the two, you tie the first blue string to the second blue string, and to secure the two together, like this. So once you've done that, you're basically going to do the same thing. Oh, so see, if this happens with this white, or something gets caught in the other one, you just have to pull the one that's on, and then sorted. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take your second longest string, which is me is like a lighter blue, and you're going to do the same thing, the same forward knot, twice on here, and then on the white, but you're not going to go onto the blue, because here in the example one, here, see the red stripe will be going along like this, but then the orange one doesn't go the whole way, which is the blue we're doing now. So you go on the second longest string and the third longest string, the third longest string and the fourth longest string, and then you stop before you get to your navy blue or whatever colour you're using, and then you do the same on the other side. So for this bracelet I'm using just normal embroidery floss, so you can get off Amazon or any craft stores near you. In most videos they say use 50 or so inches of each thread, but I find it hard it's annoying if you have to get out a ruler, so I find it easier if I just measure it the length of my arm, because that's usually this always the right length, and it's not too short, not too long, it's perfect. So that's what I recommend for you guys. Of course, you can always do it however long you think you want it to be, but make sure your strings are very long. And then see what I did there? I did the second one, which is on the first string, and you don't do this one on the blue string, you just leave it, and you do the same on this side. So you just do it on one string. And now what you do is you go back to the middle. This bit can get a bit tricky, and you take your navy blue string and you do a backward knot on here, so you're kind of making like an X shape. So you've got to be careful you don't get, like it happened to me then, threads tangled up, so just keep them all organised, which I'm going to do from now on. And then you just do them backwards on the strings you've just tied. You can see I'm just in a dressing gown today because I'm feeling a bit sick, so I thought it would be nice just to make some bracelets. The reason this blue is the longest is because it's doing the most work and using up the most of its threads, whereas say here the white is the shortest is because it only has to do one knot per row. And when I mean row, I mean is in here. From each green bit like kind of symbolises a row on this one. And then you do the same on the other side. Navy blue on this blue. So it's coming up to Christmas time soon, so maybe if you want to make a bracelet kind of linked to the festive time of your year, you can maybe make, if you want to make this about Christmas, you can make it a red and green one, or if you want to make it about summer, make it bright, light colours. I love making bracelets because you can really vary the colours and it really symbolises lots of different moods. So then when you've got like an X now, you want to just sort them back into where they're meant to be. And the cool thing about this bracelet is it has a little hole, if you can see, like a little hole. So that's what I'm going to teach you how to do here. So you take this thread and you tie it on this one, doing a backward knot, which is the same as a forward knot, but it's just the other way around. And you do 2 knots on here and 2 knots on the other, but you don't do it on the navy blue, you just leave it like that. And then you do this applies the same on the other side. And then when you have that, you do the same, you go the inside strings on each side, and this one you just tie it on, in my case, on top of the white. In the comments below, you're welcome to suggest what colours I could use in my next bracelet or piece of artwork, and then if I use your colours, I'll give a shout out to you in my next video. And then when you have this, you have nothing to really tie the whites onto, so you just tie them together, and this creates the kind of whole line effect. So make sure you tie this bit tight. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties there. So now you have that hole, which I think is quite the cool part, coolest part of the bracelet. You just have to, it's like if you know how to make a chevron bracelet, it's basically that. So here, you just go along the bottom, and this creates the diamond pattern, this bit. And then you just go along all the strings like you did in your first row. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. So I created this pattern just kind of, I love making bracelets when I'm on holiday. So I was just lying on a sun lounger by the pool, and I thought it would be quite fun to make one because I was meant to make a chevron bracelet, so I had all the same lengths. And I tried it out, but of course I didn't know it was going to come to this, so I didn't have all the right lengths, so it ended up being a charm, but it was still pretty cool. And then I turned it into some bracelets, I made some for my friends, and so yeah. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So bracelet threads are not very expensive. They don't have to be. If you want to get really good quality ones, or like super ones, then you can, and they will be more expensive, but these ones were just cheap off Amazon for like £7, and I got 100 of them, which is more than enough. So there you go. And you just have to keep repeating that until you have the desired length, and yeah.